This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com, featuring Anabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. KFI AM 640, it is The Conway Show. Dodgers have just won, so that's good news. They're coming home to play the Cubs starting on Friday. But let's get to the radical corruption that might be happening in downtown Los Angeles. We got a new sheriff in town, a newly appointed U.S. attorney in Los Angeles and surrounding areas, and he's with us on the phone. Bill Essayli. Am I pronouncing that right?
Tim.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you?
Oh, man, I can't wait. Can I come with you on some of these buses downtown L.A.?
Probably not.
Damn. All right. Well, thanks for coming on. What are we looking at downtown? But first of all, how were you appointed? You have a long-term relationship with the president?
You know, I met the president in January when he came to visit the tour of the Palisades fire, and we had a very nice exchange. And I got the call about 2 weeks ago that he was going to pick me for this job. And I used to work in this office. I was both a local and federal prosecutor before I decided to go to Sacramento to serve there.
All right. So who do you report to then? Who is your the next up, or who do you talk to back in Washington?
Well, I report directly to the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General. Wow. Pam Bondi and Todd up there in D.C.
So this is a big deal then. If Pam Bondi is picking up the phone call and talking about the corruption in L.A., there's then they think there's something serious going on.
Well, to be clear, there's 94 U.S. attorneys districts throughout the country. California's large, so we have 4 different federal judicial districts. I'm the U.S. attorney for the Central District of California. It covers 7 counties, up from Santa Barbara all the way down L.A. to Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino. We have 20 million residents in our district. This is the largest U.S. attorney's office outside of Washington, D.C. It's a very big district. But I'm the U.S. attorney, so I set the priorities as far as what we're going to do in this area. And, of course, there are priorities that the Attorney General has, and we act upon that. But this is my call, and I put this task force together over the weekend.
Oh, that's great. Have we had a U.S. attorney look into downtown City Hall before this?
I have no idea. Okay. I just got here. I got sworn in Wednesday morning. I met and toured Skid Row with Judge Carter on Sunday, which is something to see if you haven't been down there.
Horrible.
It's awful. It's horrible. And you know, my takeaway, Tim, is like there's all these billions being spent, nothing to see for it down on Skid Row.
Yeah.
The only services being offered there were from private donors, people giving food and medical aid. The only tax dollars I saw being used down there were there is this Jeep that drives around handing out drug kits, needles, syringes, tourniquets, so they can safely use drugs.
Well, I'm in radio, so that guy stops by every afternoon here, too. Enjoying ourselves. Hey, are you originally from L.A.?
I'm from Riverside County.
Okay.
Grew up out there, and I'm born and raised Southern California.
Okay, so you're well aware of the level of corruption that L.A. and the surrounding areas have had for a long time.
Yeah, I'm well aware of the prosecutions. I mean, I used to be a federal prosecutor here at the U.S. Attorney's Office. I'm well aware of the prosecutions of L.A. City and everything else that's been done, with different sheriff's offices and the sheriffs in the past. So, look, the role of the federal government is to conduct this oversight. I mean, there's certain things the state can't police itself, and that's what the federal government's for. The reason, and again, I don't have a conclusion here. People want me to, name who's going to get arrested or anything. I don't know that yet. What I'm doing right now is launching the investigation so we can get the answers. All we know right now is that there's at least $2 billion that's unaccounted for, according to an audit that was just conducted last month. And that's not a rounding error, Tim.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was asked, how does $2 billion go missing? It doesn't.
You're right. It's stolen.
It's stolen or mismanaged. We're going to get to the bottom of it.
Now, Bill Essayli's with us, the U.S. Appointed U.S. Attorney. Where do you set up shop? Are you going to be right in their own backyard, right in City Hall?
The U.S. Attorney's Office is here in downtown L.A. at the Spring Street Courthouse.
Okay.
We have office. We're sort of attached to the federal court, so we have a presence in L.A., we have a presence in Santa Ana, and a presence in Riverside. This task force is going to be led by the best prosecutors in my public corruption section, my major fraud section, and we're going to have special agents with FBI, IRS, and Inspector General for HUD as well on this task force.
Will we see any perp walks?
You have my commitment that if we do this, when we do this investigation, if we discover evidence that federal laws were broken, people will get arrested.
Okay. All right. And when you come into town to look at City Hall and the potential corruption, is the mayor aware of it? Does the mayor greet you at the airport?
I don't. I generally don't. No, I don't talk to the mayor. I don't think it's appropriate in my role. We're going to look at everything and everyone, and I, tend to. It is better for us not to interact with them at this stage.
And is the main goal going to be the money that's either been mismanaged or stolen from the homeless taxes that we paid? Will that be the top A block or the number one thing you're looking at?
We're looking at all the money that's been allocated for purposes of homelessness over the last 5 years.
Oh, good.
There's been about $24 billion that's been allocated for homelessness statewide over the last 5 years. A large number of that has gone right here in LA County. We have one of the largest homeless population. And so we're going to be looking at all that money. We're looking in the past. I know the mayor said yesterday she wants to move on and focus on the future. We're focused on the past, and we need accounting and transparency of what happened to all those dollars that were allocated and spent. And we're going to account for every dollar that was spent by these groups. Are you looking
at anybody on the inside willing to flip and give you some information?
I can't. I mean, obviously, even if I did, I wouldn't talk to you about that. I mean, that's a pending investigation. But honestly, we're at the very beginning stage right now. So I just put this task force together, announced it yesterday, and they're going to get to work right away. And so we're not going to be talking. You're not going to hear us talking about what's happening with it or, who's talking to who. The only thing you'll hear or see from us is if and when we find evidence of a crime, we'll file the charges and make the necessary arrests.
And what time?
And that's to protect innocent people, by the way.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. I mean, you don't want to wrap up anybody innocent downtown, although I don't know if there are any. But what about timeline? Are you looking at months, years?
I'm looking at months, not years. We've had investigations linear for years. I don't want that. So I've asked, I've talked to the head of the FBI office down here and the head of the IRS office. They know this is a priority for me, and I want this in months.
Is the death penalty on the table?
No.
No.
The death penalty is not on the table, Tim.
Oh, God. I've never been a U.S. attorney. I don't know where you apply that or not.
Generally, we apply those in murder cases.
Oh, I'll write that down for my next interview with you. What about the high-speed rail? Will that be something that falls under your office?
Probably not. That's probably something in the Eastern or Northern District. So, again, California is so big, it's broken up into 4 different districts. So far, I'm the first person to be appointed by President Trump in California. So I expect there'll be other appointments made shortly for those other districts in California. And, we'll be working together on various investigations, but that investigation will probably be led out of one of the other offices that covers that part of the state. But I think there's investigations already announced by Department of Transportation and some other agencies that are already looking at high-speed rail.
And are these people whoever does get caught, if they do get caught and prosecuted, are they looking at considerable fines and time in prison?
Yeah, so the way it works in the federal system is depending on the charge and the amount of money involved, that drives the sentencing. So the more money that is involved in the scheme or the corruption, the larger your prison sentence is. So it really depends. But you've seen even in the LA city cases, some big many years have been issued for prison sentences for former elected officials.
Oh, yeah. And, you're probably familiar because you've lived in Southern California. But when you walk into City Hall and, the downtown buildings where a city is run, not a lot of Trump fans.
Yeah, I imagine not.
Yeah. And also, okay, so this starts immediately then. You started today and it'll continue then.
This started yesterday, and we're going to get to work. Look, Tim, regardless of your politics, everyone wants answers. I mean, this is our money. This is all the taxpayer money. And taxpayers have voted over and over again. They said, yes, please fix homelessness. Please work on it. We'll give you what you need. And they gave over billions of dollars, not millions, billions.
Right.
And there's nothing to show for it, unfortunately. And the public deserves an answer and accounting for where that money went. So we're here to provide transparency and accountability. And if the local and state officials can't account for the money, we'll do it for them.
There was a charity event I went to years ago, and I got the opportunity to sit next to Jackie Lacey, who is an awesome woman. She was the district attorney at the time, and I had asked her, I said, hey, if my picture ever comes across your desk, will you give me a break? And she had the best response. She said, if your picture's on my desk, you passed on a lot of breaks. That's a great response.
That is a good response.
So good luck. We'd love to check in with you periodically to see what's going on. I know you can't talk about much during the investigation, but we're all. I speak for everybody here in Burbank because I'm the mayor of Burbank, and we're very excited to have you in town because up until now, nobody's looked for this money, and it's our money.
That's right, and we're going to get answers. We're going to have the best people best investigators on it, the best prosecutors on it, and we don't need to ask for permission or request documents. We'll get it ourselves.
Oh, that's great. All right, well, welcome to Los Angeles. Good luck, and I hope you find, I hope you find nothing, but doesn't look like it.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate you having me.
All right, thanks for coming on. Bill Essayli, he is the newly appointed U.S. attorney, and he is going to go downtown Los Angeles starting tomorrow morning. I think he started today, actually. And he's going to find out where the billions of dollars are. There's about $5 billion that is a little suspicious. A lot of it is missing. It's our money. And now he's going to go look for it. And heads are going to roll. So John Colbelt has 3 months worth of show every 3 hours a day. Listen to John's show every day now until October.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
Michael Monks is with us. We're talking about the Olympics in 2028, I believe.
It's coming up.
It's around the corner.
Absolutely.
And this is going to be a big deal for the first time. We're going to have more women athletes than men.
That's what they said. I mean, the LA28 committee was in Switzerland today presenting to the International Olympic Committee. A little press conference was held this morning, our time, but late afternoon, I imagine, in Switzerland. And that was the announcement. That was the big headline, was for the first time in Olympic history, there will be more female athletes competing than males. And also for the first time in history, there will be an equal number of women's teams in all of the team sports except for one, and that's soccer. And that's because the women will have more teams than the men.
All right. I am woman, hear me roar.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And they'll have more opportunities to roar because we will have more medal events than any Olympics in history.
All right. How did Santa Monica screw up the volleyball? They had it right in their back pocket, man.
They might tell you that they didn't screw it up.
Okay.
They were trying not to get screwed.
Okay.
Hosting the Olympics is very expensive. I mean, even the city of Los Angeles, with its agreement with LA28, the city's on the hook for like the first $270 million in potential losses if this thing doesn't turn a profit. Right. So it is a gamble. And Santa Monica is probably looking at the landscape of all of the people who are coming in for the Olympics and thinking we're already a major part of the LA iconic
Sure.
atmosphere. We've got the pier, we've got the beach, we've got the walkability. People are coming here. Let's not blow it by hosting an event we might lose money on. Let's just make that sweet cash on all the people who are coming to town.
Okay, that's one way to look at it. The other way is, they could have charged for parking, for attendance. All the restaurants could have all made, because there would probably be 40,000 people that come in on a weekly basis, maybe more than that.
We'll have to ask the folks in Huntington Beach because they would like to host it. I talked to State Senator Tony Strickland this morning, and he says he hopes his city gets it. And he was a city councilman before he went back to Sacramento, so he knows the ins and outs of the city government as well. So it's interesting to see two beach cities reaching different conclusions on the value of hosting Olympic volleyball.
Real quickly, we have a very short segment here, but we were just talking to the newly appointed U.S. Attorney, Bill Essayli. I know you cover downtown. If you were an employee of the city and managing money with the homelessness, would you be nervous?
If I hadn't done anything wrong, no.
Okay.
In fact, you probably want a thorough evaluation from somebody who might be viewed as hostile. Let's get somebody in there who wants to root out something, wants to find something to make a name for himself.
Right.
Let's have him come in and do it and hope that he doesn't find anything wrong. Let's hope we're just all incompetent, and that's why we can't keep track of this money.
Right. It could be incompetence. It could be, just people that got way over their skis and did not handle money.
I will say that of all the people President Trump could have picked to be the U.S. attorney, this was a choice that probably does concern some individuals. Not necessarily because they've done anything wrong, but because this guy has been a Republican lawmaker in Sacramento where they don't have a lot of power. And now he has immense power over people that would be adversaries to him politically. So he will probably wield that. Now, I'm not suggesting that he will willfully pursue politics in the office, but some of the issues that Republicans in Sacramento have been raising for a long time without any roadmap to get them pushed into law, he can plow forward here on his own, such as investigating homeless spending.
Right. And it was interesting. This is a very unconventional way to put a U.S. attorney in Los Angeles. He just met him one day at the press conference over the fires in Pacific Palisades. He goes, hey, there might be something going on downtown. He goes, okay, well, you handle it.
I'm sure there's more to it than that. I'm sure that, there were a lot of people vouching for him. I mean, he's a talented guy.
Sure.
He's been on the shows here many times. We've talked to him many times. So I will be very interested to see how this investigation goes. I was really surprised to see him walking around with Judge Carter in Skid Row. I thought that was very interesting because he's not just throwing out this bomb that he's going to look into it. He's gone down to the epicenter of it all, which is 2 blocks from my home, and he's going to be looking. So I'm excited to see what he might find.
I will say, I think there was a knee-jerk reaction. I think he said no too quickly when I said, is the death penalty on the table? And he said no.
Well, when he was a lawmaker, he might have been able to joke around with that a little bit more, but you don't want to compromise any investigations with you,
Monks,
Mr. Mayor.
You got Monks, Saturday night, 7 to 9.
Michael Monks reports.
All right, you're the best, buddy. Thanks for coming in.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at washablesofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
You know, I got some texts saying, hey, why are you talking about the death penalty when it comes to investigating the money for the homeless people? I said, well, it was just kidding, A. And B, or was I? Because if somebody came to Los Angeles and killed 12,775 people, would you want the death penalty for that person? Sure, probably, right? Well, that's how many people have died on the streets of LA in the last 5 years. They say there's an average of 7 people in Southern California that die every night in the streets of Southern California, homeless people. 7 a night. And this money's been mismanaged for 5 years. So 7 times 365 times 5 is 12,775 homeless people. Give or take a couple hundred have died. Maybe because they didn't get the money that we all are paying taxes, and that money should be going to them. And if the money were to be going to them and they did find housing, maybe some of those people would be alive today. So if I were in downtown LA and I was part of the homeless, money, I would be nervous. I'd be driving home wondering how this is going to shake down. There's a new sheriff in town, Bill Essayli. And he's the new new U.S. attorney for Los Angeles and the surrounding areas. And he's going to be looking into where all the tax money, the billions of dollars that we all have paid into, and where that money is going. And here's a quote: taxpayers deserve answers for where and how their hard-earned money has been spent. If state and local officials cannot provide proper oversight and accountability, we'll do it for them. And it already started today. I think he's coming on with John Cobell tomorrow. You know what time he goes on, Bellio, with John Cobell tomorrow?
I will find out.
All right. But that will be a must-listen-to interview tomorrow. Because John Cobell has been all over this homeless story for the last 10 years. I don't think a single show goes by where he isn't outraged over the money raised and the homeless population in Los Angeles. I think he's mentioned it every day for 10 years. I think maybe during the fires, he went 3 hours without mentioning it. But with the exception of the fires and, any natural disasters that we had, he's mentioned it every day. So you got to listen to the John Cobell show tomorrow.
At 3 o'clock.
3 p.m. tomorrow. All right, 3 p.m. Write that down in your calendar. Or, you know what, Bellio, why don't I got an email list of a couple hundred people. Will you email everybody individually? You're not doing anything, right?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Okay, yeah, just email everybody.
I'd be more than happy to do that.
Okay, all right.
Jeez.
Oh, Bellio, come on, man. We're a team here.
We are a team.
And you want to tell,
Absolutely. I want to spread the word. This is very important.
Yes. Okay. But you also want to say what happened Monday?
What happened Monday? I forgot.
Bellio started the news whip at 5:05. The 5:05 news whip. And you started 15 years ago. We just had our 15th anniversary of doing it on Friday. And I said to Bellio, Bellio, I think that's a great benchmark. I think you deserve an atta girl. And I put up my hand.
Oh, yes. Yes, everyone. He high-fived me.
For the first time since I met Bellio 15 years ago or 12 years ago.
He doesn't even know.
I high-fived.
He did. This is true story. A man
Sharon
that
Bellio.
what was your reaction? You're repulsed by
I want to throw up.
You want to you want to
When I see couples high five, I want to throw up.
And especially if they say, "Yeah, we got it going on."
Right, because they think they have all the answers. I saw that on New Year's. I took my wife to Jerry's Deli on New Year's. I know, probably spent too much on her, but we all both had it. We shared a bowl of soup and some bread, and I saw a couple high five each other on New Year's at Jerry's Deli. I almost threw up. I wanted to walk up to the table and go, okay, so it's you two. It's you and you. You have all the answers, right? You got all the answers. You got it going on. You're flying high. You got the perfect relationship. And you're publicly high-fiving each other? A man and a woman throw up the hand and connect? And by the way, Bellio,
yeah,
that high five sounded like it was not their first.
Oh, no.
It was loud.
I asked some friends of mine, some couples, if they high-five one another. And one couple said, we do after we finish a gardening project, we'll high-five. And then I said, oh, Tim would be disgusted with you. And then they said, well, does it count that we high-five because we did it without bickering?
Oh, okay.
We got through this without fighting.
Okay.
Is that...
Oh, it's not as bad. It's not as bad.
I thought so.
But I saw another couple at that same restaurant on New Year's at Jerry's Deli. Couple in their late 50s, early 60s. They came in, they sat down, they ordered food, they ate their appetizers, they ate their meal, they ate dessert, they drank coffee, and they were there for 2 hours. Never said a word to each other. Not one word to each other. Without cell phones, it was pre-cell phone. They just sat there and stared at the menu, looked around the restaurant, and never said a word to each other. And I said to myself, I love that couple. They are my heroes.
What if they're not talking to one another because they had a huge fight?
But at least they went out and celebrated New Year's. I love that couple.
I'd rather see a couple high-five one another.
That couple that didn't talk to each other, they'd be much more honest with everybody else that was eating at Jerry's Deli if for 2 hours they just punched each other in the face. Because that's what
divorced.
That's what they were doing. When you don't talk to somebody for 2 hours, you're punching each other in the face for 2 hours.
Or you're just indifferent about one another.
That would have been more interesting. All right, we got to take a break here. But if you missed the first segment, Bellio booked a great guest, Bill Essayli. And he is going to look for the homeless money downtown Los Angeles. And he already started today or yesterday. And he is on the case. And the next couple months, we will see accountability for where all the billions of dollars that we paid in taxes and fees, where all that money went. $5 billion. Where is it? He's going to find out.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Anna Bay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Anna Bay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
It's Conway Show. We've got some terrible news for the people who live in El Monte, South El Monte, I believe. South El Monte, a shopping center. Guy rips off some stuff. It looks like either from a Dollar Tree or a giant market there as well. There's a Dollar Tree. And it's where all these, where Rush Street and Durfee and Peck Road all come together. So if you're familiar with South El Monte, it is just north of the 60 freeway, south of the 10 freeway, and west of the 605 freeway. It's on the other side of Garvey. City Hall for El Monte is on the other side of the freeway, up near Longo Toyota. But if you're familiar with South El Monte, that's a very busy area, very busy. You've got a lot of fast food places down there. KFC, Dunkin' Donuts, Waba Grill. I think there's a Jack in the Box down there as well. All the stores that we all go to are right there. CVS is another one, and they're all stores that we all go to, and we think, okay, well, it's safe. It's a CVS. It's in my neighborhood. I don't feel, when I go to the CVS in Burbank, I don't feel threatened at all. And I think that, when you go to a CVS, you feel like things are under control. So this guy, I think it's a guy, either was stealing from Dollar Tree or the Giant store. And the brother of the owner went out to respond and try to get the, whatever the guy was stealing back, and was run over and killed. And it's not worth it, man. There's nothing in that Dollar Tree worth losing your life for.
Now we're learning from the sheriff's department that man that was killed here was the brother of a store owner. In fact, let me zoom in here. You can see the canopy there in the middle of the parking lot. This is the store that was targeted by a shoplifter. That brother of the shop owner ran after that person into the parking lot and was struck and killed by the vehicle. Now, as I come out to a wide shot, we have homicide investigators here from the sheriff's department on scene. This all happened around 12:18 this afternoon. The call came out as a hit and run on a pedestrian, and when deputies arrived, they found that person not conscious and not breathing here in the parking lot. The entire shopping center has been blocked off here for the investigation. Again, this is in the 2000 block of Durfee Avenue at the Dollar Tree Shopping Center. That's the latest overhead up in Sky 5.
All right, and there's some schools in that neighborhood as well. There was one report online on social media that somebody showed up immediately to give the person who got run over some aid from Guardian Ambulance. I don't know if that's a true story or not, but Guardian Ambulance is an ambulance dispatch company that's about literally 100 yards northeast of where this happened, right there on Rush and Durfee Road. There's a lot of traffic in that area right now. So if you're on Peck Road southbound or Rush Street or Durfee Street, you got to avoid that area. There's going to be a long investigation to see what's going on. But it sounds like somebody ripped off some stuff from the Dollar Tree. The Dollar Tree. And when he was confronted by the store owner's brother was run over and killed. Killed. And now the guy's out, of a brother and still has to, open up the shop the next day and still continue with his life, and goes, and relives it over and over and over, where he was when he saw the guy do it. Did he yell to his brother, hey, that's the guy that did it, see if you can grab him? And the guilt that goes along with that. But people stealing from the Dollar Tree and then runs over the guy in South El Monte and kills him. So a huge, huge investigation going on right now. If you work in that neighborhood or live in that neighborhood, you got to try to avoid it. It's going to be a nightmare around there for a long time. And again, it's, I know we're all into sort of geography where this happened in Southern California. It's north of the 60, west of the 605, and south of the 10, south of Garvey. So that's the box that it's in, and east of Rosemead. So if you're familiar with South El Monte, you've been in this area. That's the main shopping area for South El Monte. And people are very familiar with all, the restaurants there, the stores there. It's a very busy area. If you live in South El Monte, chances are those are your stores. That's your Dollar Tree. That's your CVS. That's where you go to the Giant store. Your Dunkin' Donuts is right there on the corner. Waba Grill, AutoZone. All those stores are right there, and you frequent all of them, and you feel safe. Maybe you go to the AT&T store, the Jack in the Box, the KFC. It's all right there. And this happened at right around noon on a very busy day in South El Monte. And now this guy's got to bury his brother. And maybe he's a father. I'm sure that once the ambulance showed up, or the paramedics, they probably took him to South or Greater El Monte, maybe the Greater El Monte Hospital, which is only about a mile and a half away. Maybe that's where they took him, or if he was still alive when they got him, when they got there, maybe he was taken to USC, who has a tremendous unit there, a USC County Hospital for shock and for people who are in desperate life. They need life-saving equipment and life-saving treatment. Maybe they took him there, but just a very sad day for South El Monte. It's Conway Show. We're live on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
This Labor Day, say goodbye to spills, stains, and overpriced furniture with WashableSofas.com. Featuring Annabay, the only machine washable sofa inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly pricing. Sofas start at just $6.99, making it the perfect time to upgrade your space. Annabay's pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and interchangeable slipcovers are made with high-performance fabric built for real life. You'll love the cloud-like comfort of hypoallergenic, high-resilience foam that never needs fluffing, and a durable steel frame that stands the test of time. With modular pieces, you can rearrange anytime. It's a sofa that adapts to your life. Now through Labor Day, get up to 60% off site-wide at WashableSofas.com. Every order comes with a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping, no restocking fees, every penny back. Shop now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from The Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.